Like, hey guys, before you do anything or before you get into an argument, you need to think, is it worth it? Is it worth to have a fight? Is it worth to fight to respond to an argument? Is it worth to fight a person? So I want you to watch this video. Then I'll continue why I always tell people to use their brains, why I always tell people to think before they act, because sometimes our decisions can result into consequences that uh, we can never fix. Watch this video.
Ooh!
Well, just like you watched that video, they were having an argument, you see, just because it says maybe they were at the barber shop somewhere and the other one did not like the haircut. Then they got into an argument. Of course, you see one threw the punch first, and the other one had like a gun. That's how they ended up shooting each other. And maybe I didn't follow up too much, but of course, if you shot like that, there are many chances that you will lose your life. But it's a matter of knowing how to handle a situation. Sometimes, yes, we get people who we have different kind of people into this world. We have people who are short-tempered. We have people who act without thinking. We have people who are going through very, very tough situation where they just want to hurt other people. You have to understand the kind of world we are living in. You have to understand the kind of environment we go through every day before you take any action. So I wish one of them was just kind and just try to handle a situation, with a politeness, or try to talk to people. That's what I always do to people. Like even me, when I get people that piss me off, whatever, sometimes I just think, is it worth it? Is it worth for me to have an argument this time at this moment with this person? You don't know that person. You don't know what they're carrying. You don't know their mental problem. You don't know whether they are mentally stable or not. You're gonna get into a fight with someone. Someone is gonna pull up a gun, a knife. They're gonna stab you. You're gonna be dead. And once we have one life, once your life is taken, it can never be replaced. It's gonna be a forever scar in your families. So most times when we're handling situations, when we are getting into arguments, I really, really encourage you guys to think before you act, to think before you take any action, which could help, which could save a life. Like you saw the fight. Like if one person was like, you know what, how can I fix this? You talk with politeness. Maybe if you have talked, you had one of them had that reasoning of talking with politeness. Maybe the other one would have been rude, but maybe they would have not got to the extent of shooting each other to death. They wouldn't have got to the extent of fighting. Maybe they would have amicably sorted out things, and the other one will go back to their family, and the other one will go back to their family without going to jail. Now we have one who has lost life, another one is going to go on a run, and of course they're going to go to jail. But why? Just trying to use common sense sometimes. It's trying first value, the first way, the number one way of respecting your life, the number one way of showing that you reason is to use your brain and think. Thinking before you do anything. Thinking before you respond to anybody. That's how you show a sense of reasoning in you. Because we have a lot of crazy people onto this world. So you're gonna go fight this person, fight the other person, because you're gonna meet the same people, almost crazy people every day, even more crazier people every day. You cannot fight the whole world. So my brothers and sisters out there, I continue to encourage you to use your brains to think before you act. Think so wisely before you take any actions, before you respond to anyone, before you involve yourself into a fight, because we have some people, I seen people fighting like at the bars. People have different kind of sickness. You're gonna go to the bar. You're gonna have somebody, maybe they're drunk. They come. They're gonna talk something that will piss you off. Of course, you're gonna get into a fight. Maybe you push them. They'll fall down and they pass out. They die. You're gonna go to jail for murder, but you didn't know maybe those people had their own bone disease. Or their serious sickness, illness that you didn't know about, but because you decided to fix the issue with a fight, then it has ended up in a loss of life and the other one going to jail, of course. So that's why I keep encouraging you every day, guys. Let's think, let's reason, let's use our brains before we respond to some people, before we even get into an argument. You don't have to get into an argument every time. Sometimes you need to think a situation and be like, wait a minute, is this worth it? Is it worth for me to get into a fight with this person? Is it worth for me to respond to this person? Let's think, let's learn how to think that way. Because we cannot fight the whole world. We cannot argue with the whole world. But it's very, very, very essential. It's very, very vital. It's very, very useful when you respect your life, when you respect yourself by thinking before responding and knowing what you're going to respond to someone. Is it worth? You know, so I continue to encourage you guys, like, let's not lose lives. We have had our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our parents, lose life in just the same situation. Just they got angry, then they want to prove a point, then you're going to punch the other person. No, you're not the strongest person on the world. There's many stronger people who are even humble every day, you know. But I always encourage you guys, you want to fight, go to UFC. Don't fight. Don't fight. You don't have to fight. No. But please, I continue to encourage you. I continue to beg you that, guys, don't fight for no reason. If it's self-defense, that could be a reason. You say, oh, you was attacked in your house. Somebody wanted to take your life. Then you fought to defend yourself. That could be a reason. That could be a reasonable thing to say, like, hey, it was self-defense here or there. But just an argument, just somebody talking something that pissed you off, then you gotta fight. No, it's not worth it. Because sometimes when you agree to fight with a person, you have already agreed that you are the same standards with that person. You have already agreed that you think the same like that person. So you have put on their shoes and you're equals at the moment. So if that person is going to be seen as a fool, you're going to be another fool, because you have accepted to be at that level to where you're going to exchange blows and fists, shots, stabbing with this person. However, words do not kill. Yes, words could affect you sometimes mentally, uh, but you choose whether they affect you or not. Sometimes we choose. You can choose and say, no, these words are not going to take me down. These words won't hurt me. They won't put me down. They're just words. This person is talking these words because they want to see a reaction out of me. This person is talking this because they want to see my response. So if you give them a response, that means you have accepted that you're equal. That means you have accepted that, hey, your level of thinking is the same as of that person. But you can still avoid it. You can still say, hey, no, my level of thinking is not the same as yours. And you're not going to make me respond because of the words you're talking about me, or because somebody's trying to start a fight. You don't have to respond that every time. And learning how to think before you act, learning how to respond to people can save a lot. It could save your life. When you save your life, you're going to save your family from crying for you, after you're dead, So your family is going to be happy because you're still alive, because you made the right choice. Your family is gonna still, if you're a breadwinner, your family is gonna still have food at home because you're still alive. Because of the choice you made. You said, "Hey, I'm not fighting. I'm not getting into a fight with this person. It's for the good of you and the people that love you." I understand. Yes, you may be angry. I understand. You may want to teach this person a lesson, but is it worth it? Sometimes think, is it worth it? Perhaps you don't make it. Perhaps you try to get into a fight and this person. That's the same way the video showed you where they shoot the other person and they dead. Your family is gonna miss you. They're gonna be without you because of the decisions you made. However, you can still avoid this. You can still make your family see you tomorrow by your choice, by the decision you chose to make. The decision you choose to make can help you live tomorrow, and your family will see you, they'll be happy. So I continue to encourage more people like, hey guys, let's not get offended easily. Yes, people try hard to offend us. People try hard to push us to the limits. But sometimes it's very, very good. It's very, very important when guys we think and reason and be like, wait a minute, is it worth it for me to respond to this person? Is it worth it for me to go and start a fight with this person? There are many ways to fix a problem. You can just walk away. When somebody pisses you off, you don't want to be there, walk away. Just walk away. Could save a lot. It could save a lot of your time. You won't waste your time to the stupid people. You won't waste your time in getting bruises or throwing punches. You save your time. You save your time from. They say time is money. The more time you waste is the more money you lose. So you've avoided a lot of things by just being silent and just walking away. And that shows the reasoning you have. That shows the sense of maturity in you. you know Guys, we don't have to lose life just because we are angry. We don't have to lose life just because we want to prove a point, just because you've gone to the gym. Now, this message goes to the young people. Young people, I know you feel strong, especially when you go to the gym, you lift your medals, you feel strong and you feel like you want to test your energy. The only way to test your energy, go to the boxing ring, go to UFC, but don't fight your fellow humans. Don't take advantage of people who are not looking for trouble, of people who are not trying to fight because you're feeling strong enough. You feel like, hey, I can throw this punch and this. You're gonna go and try and throw a punch to someone is just gonna lift a little gun, like you'll be gone. Your life is gone. They're gonna go to jail for life too. So even if still young people, let's think. Let's also learn to think and be like, yes, I go to the gym for the purpose of my health, not to fight people. It should be for the purpose of your health. It should be maybe for self-defense, but it shouldn't be to prove a point. you know when you go to the gym and lift all these medals and you feel strong, now you're looking for someone to take advantage of. You're looking for skinny guys like me. You feel like you want to lift me and put me down. That's not fair. That's not fair, and that could lead you into trouble because you're going to attack someone. You don't know what they're carrying. You don't know whether they got a knife. You don't know whether they got a gun. In the end of the day, they're going to end up shooting you, and you're going to end up losing your life. If you have kids, they're gonna be orphans. They're gonna be with no parent, or maybe with no father anymore, with no mother anymore, because of the decisions we do, because of the choices we choose to make. You know. So, however, I just continue to tell you guys, let's use our brains. Let's think so harder. Let's think for tomorrow. Let's think. Let's respect our lives so we can live another day. Let's respect ourselves so that we don't be seen at the same standards with people who don't reason. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. People can say whatever they want, as long as they didn't touch you, as long as they didn't punch you. They can say whatever they want. It's not gonna kill you. Words don't kill people. Words don't kill people. But if you accept those words to hurt you, then maybe it causes more problems. But you don't have to accept those words to hurt you. You just have to know that's the reasoning of this person. If they can say such mean words, that's the level of thinking. Just walk away. Just leave them to stay in their bracket of idiocy, that bracket of stupidity. You don't have to respond to every fool. You don't have to fight each fool. It depends the circumstances. If you think like the situation is not worth it, just walk away. Don't stress yourself fighting with these people. Don't stress yourself getting into a fist fight, trying to prove like, hey, you can do this, I can do this, I'm stronger than you. No, we are past that. We have a lot of stronger people into this world, and you cannot fight all. So let's think about the people that love us before we take action. Think and be like, oh, I have my kids at home, I have my wife at home, I have my husband at home. Now I'm gonna get into this fight, but I don't know what's gonna happen after this fight. Am I gonna come out of this fight alive? Or am I gonna come out of this fight with no life? Let's try to think of circumstances like that, before we take any action, before we involve ourselves in a fight, before we punch our fellow beings. It's okay. We can live at peace. You don't have to be rude every time. You don't have to be radical. You don't have to be fighting everybody at any time. It's okay. We go through a lot every day. We struggle with a lot of mental challenges. We struggle with a lot of anxiety. We struggle with a lot of stress. On top of that, you shouldn't risk your life by fighting the person you don't know, by starting a fight whether you know you're gonna come out of that fight alive, or you're gonna one of you guys that is fighting is gonna lose life, and losing life is gonna cause consequences to the other party. So I continue to encourage you guys. Let's use our brain. I insist on that. Let's think before we take actions. This is not for you, this is not for me, this is not for the other party, but it's for the own good of this world. It's for the good of our families. It's for the good of the people that love you. Because once you're gone, you don't know what happens next. Because you're gone. But then the people you leave behind, they're gonna cry. They're gonna be traumatized because they have lost a person. But how have they lost a person? They have simply lost a person because of the decision that person made. But that person can choose to say, hey, I'm not going to fight this person. This person ain't worth my time. I'm not going to respond to this person. This person ain't worth my time. And you have your peace. You have your life. You still have your every part of your body is still okay. You're not hurt. It's just what? Walk away and go. It makes life so easy. We don't have to prove points every time. You don't have to prove a point every time. No, there's no need to prove a point. There is a lot of people into this world. We have billions of people into this world. You cannot prove a point to all these people. There are more people that want to prove a point better than your understanding. So you don't have to prove a point every time. You don't have to prove a point that, hey, I can fight this person and beat them. You don't have to prove a point like, hey, I can kill this person, I can shoot this person. You don't have to prove a point, because at the end of the day, we are all here for a limited time. We are all onto this world for a limited time until God says, hey, this is the end of your time. I need you. That's the end of you. But why? Why do you shoot someone? Why do you kill someone? Why do you make a judgment instead of God? Why do you want to do the job of God? It's God who decides, like, hey, your time is done onto this world, come to me. It's not with the people. Because when I get a gun, I get a knife, I want to kill somebody, that's me trying to make God his work, trying to make myself a judge like God, like, hey, this person is not supposed to live. No, it is God that decides on that. So whoever has that kind of mind, you want to shoot somebody, you want to stab somebody, you want to kill somebody, if you're watching this video, please think again. Think harder. Think twice. Please don't do the mistake. Save your save yourself. Save your family from going through the pain they'll go through after you go to jail for life. Save your family from going into the sorrow, the sadness when you lose your life because of the decisions you made. You know. So I continue to encourage you guys. We need to live with harmony. We need to live with love. You know. Let's pay hate for love. When somebody brings you hate, pay them back with love. Maybe they will learn from that. They will learn like, hey, not everyone responds harshness with harshness, uh, which would be good for the communities, for humanity, you know. So, guys, again, I continue to encourage you guys. Please subscribe on my YouTube channel. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend, like, hey, let's subscribe on his YouTube channel, because he gives us something that we learn from. He brings us different kind of stories that we gotta learn from. However, when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, when you share my videos with friends, you go on my other social media accounts like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You just type the same name on YouTube, they say Richmed. You're gonna find me there, and you're gonna find me doing the same thing. Motivating, inspiring, teaching. I'm not the wisest person. I'm not the person that knows the most. I appreciate God that I know the little I know, I try to share it with people. Whatever I don't know, I look for somebody that knows it and they bring it to you, of course. So, guys, I continue to ask you and beg you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's do the right choices. Let's make the right decisions. Let's think before we act. Let's think harder. Let's think again, please. Let's use our brains to think before we respond to any situation. Before we involve uh, with the people that we don't know, let us think, think, think again. Let's think harder, guys. All right, this is it for today. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Peace and out. I'm out of here.